I was born in Castle Street, Boston, in July 1932. I was the only child. My father was a railwayman, as were most of our neighbours. There was plenty of other children in the street. We all played together and quarrelled together. In the early days, of course, even in those days, your very early years, you were virtually confined to the backyard playing, but by the time you got to be 7 or 8, you were allowed to play on the street. And we played games on the street, sometimes to the annoyance of the other residents, especially those that hadn't got children. The Castle Street itself runs along the west bank of the River Witham, and the whole area there was, and possibly still is, renowned for its fishing. Summertime, we used to have a regatta on the river. I think nearly all the town used to turn out to watch. There were 2 families that ran rowboats for hire. Today, and for some years now, most of where we played and fished as boys has given way to very expensive semi-yachts, etc.
Morning, Mr. Drew. How's the market today?
Oh, pretty busy. Yes, pretty busy. Some first-rate meat out there today. Price controlled, of course. Bit of a change from the old days, eh, Johnson?
You're right, it is.
Market days in Boston was Wednesday and Saturday, but on the Wednesday there was a livestock market. We got taken up to the market on a regular basis, and you'd see the cattle, the sheep, the pigs, and on a separate side the small livestock and poultry. And as we got older, it was a magnet. In the holidays, if you weren't doing anything else, on a Wednesday, you must go up. And the stall holders sometimes would give you a 6pence to help them pack up the stalls at the end of the day. The drovers didn't really like us. We were getting in the way, and they used to, tell us to go away. Of course, it used to, apart from anything else, seeing the animals, it rather gave us enjoyment. Having these people chase it off. You could get a stick across your backside if you weren't moving very fast. There's two shots of 2 little groups, and I'm in one of those little groups. All I remember was having my picture taken with my hands dangling into one of the pens. That's all I really remember about the film itself.
Among them nowadays you'll find strange faces. City people who took refuge with us from the bombed-out areas. Some of them have settled down to live here. And the stall market isn't as busy as it was before the war. That's because of the rationing. Yes, the people of a country town are rationed too.
I was 7, you see, when the war was declared. Not up to 7, life flowed along. You heard the grown-ups talking about things, but a lot of it didn't go in. Then all of a sudden we hear there's a war, and the first indications we got in Boston and down our particular area was the street was full of RAF personnel. I always remember the first regiment that came there. It was the Queen's Regiment, and they remained there for some time, and we got a lot of evacuee children in. They seemed to settle in fairly well. And barbed wire went up in various places. Pillboxes were constructed along the riverbank, but we weren't heavily bombed. It has been said, since the war, that one of the reasons Boston did escape, considering it had got a docks, was that both our own and the German flyers used the Boston Stump as a beacon somehow. It literally guided them on the way. The structure of the town hasn't altered a lot. You've got the huge marketplace still there, which is given over to expensive car parking. and they still have a cattle market, but it's on the outskirts, the southern outskirts of the town. There's one shop rather puzzles me. It shows a shop called Wormgate, and there's a man driving sheep up it. Now, I cannot envisage then or today why sheep would be driven up Wormgate. He's going right into the precincts of Boston Stump, into the town centre, or where they show the old and the new, the windmill. It's still there.
When is there going to be some timber? I want to make chicken huts.
Will there soon be some more alarm clocks on sale around here?
There's a shop there of a gentleman wanting to know when he's going to get some timber for his sheds, and a little later on, a lady wanting something on the market. Well, neither of those two people got Lincolnshire accents, especially Boston accents. But as I say, there's so many little things you remember, and so many little things you forget.
While outside, the familiar silhouettes, the ancient scenes darken. On the daily change, the life of 22,500 people who make it a community called Country Town.